All right, so we're getting there. What we need to do now is everything else, right? So, oh, we don't have specs loaded up yet, do we? So we need to start registering types. Oh, that's why you wanted me to use tmux, is because of the okay, yeah, I can do that. I can switch over here. Yeah. So we call, oh, we have to create a world. So we'll import specs prelude. Oh, there we go. And this will be the log. And this will be RLT. Okay. Sure. Okay, so we can just put specs in there, and then we'll put in here the world, ECS. And then we have to initialize it. We have to create a world, right? Because that's what we need to do. Oh, it just says world new. Okay, that's fine. That's easy enough. Where do we initialize state? Here. So ECS is world new. And that should build, although, oh no, it won't build because we don't have specs. So cargo at specs. We're not going to be doing any serialization because this is all going to be browser based. I wonder if there would be a neat way to store, because you can use browser file IO, right? Is there a way we could do that to save games and restore games? Yeah, the ECS is not used, that's fine. We'll fix that in a minute. JS was a mistake. Hello. Thanks for joining. All right, so if we now have a world, so what we want to do is register our components with the world, but we don't have any components yet. So let's take a look at what sort of components we had registered for the, wow, we had a lot. So I'll create a components file, and we can shove all the components in. I wonder if we should have a components module, right? And then just each one of these has its own, because some of them, I mean, something like this is just, this is all this is. That's the entire component. There's nothing else associated with it. But others we had actually added, like here. We created an attribute thing, right? We have some code associated with the attribute and stuff like that. So those would want to go in their own files, I guess. So yeah, we can do use create components star, and then create components, and then edit source components mod. Let's just create a basic component. Yeah, an attribute, right? Base modifiers and bonus. I don't know if I want to go with that. Because that would mean how do we calculate? Oh, the way we get current, I forget how we get the way we get current ones. I think we could just calculate it on the fly based on some base modifier. So what's the difference between modifiers and bonus? I don't know. JS was a mistake says, are you using Bevy or something? I am definitely using not Bevy. I'm using bracket lib. I thought I had a tab with bracket lib. I do. Is there a, that's a tutorial. Here's a manual, bracket lib manual, which I haven't read. So I'm using this, and then I'm behind the scenes. I guess I'm using specs for now. Oh, don't apologize, JS was a mistake. That's not. No worries. I don't mind answering questions. Yeah. So the question is, do I want to learn right now off the bat? Do I want to learn how Bevy ECS works, or do I want to just try what I know already? So let's. Oh, I see. Attributes is a component that takes attribute for might, fitness, quickness, and intelligence. Yeah, I don't have a design yet for my game, so I don't know the best approach. We can definitely take this though. Use specs, prelude, star. Derive, debug, component, and clone. Is that what we want? What does this have? Default. This has default also. All right. Well, we'll just use debug for now, and then we'll just call it pub struct attributes, and we can create. I don't know. What would be a good laziness? And hubris? I don't know. I'm just making something up just to get this going. And there's create component star there. So now we should be able to register in our world. Before we do this, we should be able to register GS, ECS, register. I think it's like this. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's just like that. JS was a mistake says, to be fair, Rust is such a breath of fresh air. I love the language. Oh, good. Yeah, I'm enjoying it too. And that's the reason I'm doing streams is so that I can learn Rust. And I think I'm getting to the point where I'm learning. Let's see what blows up. Components does not exist. Could not find components in the crate root. So I put it here with a mod, and I think that's the way it's supposed to work. If I change this just source components.rs, right? It still can't find it, so I must be doing something wrong here with this crate. Huh. So how do we do it here? Oh, I just give it the name, RT. Okay. So this is, what did I call it? What did I call it? Prog RL. I thought crate would be an alias for that though. Oh. Yeah, here's Prog RL. Why is... Oh, I have to put a mod. I forgot the mod. Mod components, right? Like that. And now specs doesn't know. Oh, it comes from specs derive. Okay. Cargo add specs derive. And now, oh. I did that in the wrong thing, right? Cargo add specs derive. Okay. So this, now we can do this, right? And now what's blowing up here? So I have to add this here, right? Use specs derive component. Is that the way we get that in? Okay. And it still displays. Still displays, press enter to start. Okay, and still game is begun. Okay, so all of that still works. We have warnings because we're not using any of this stuff. Main doesn't need that. And the other thing is I want to move this back. Source components.rs into source components mod.rs. So this should still work. Yes, okay. All right, one thing would be good is not to have everything registered here, right? We should be able to register them in, or I should just be able to say register components, and then it will do the thing. I'll pass it in. Can I do this? And then source components and mod here. This is where we do the register. And this is a world, right? And then this just goes through the list of all the components and registers them. World.register attributes. All right, and then I think that's all we need to do. This needs specs prelude because it needs to create, it still needs access to world here. I was just trying to, separation of concerns. Wagafa, hello. Thanks for joining. Oh, ECS. Do I have to do that, or can I get away with this? Nope. There. Okay, so now registering components is not part of main. It's just it's done as part of the whole components thing. That way the components know what they need to do. So we should be able to. We have a very small screen for this thing, so there's not going to be a lot of space to display stats. Maybe we take the first line to display stats. Game has begun. Okay, so should we just generate? Let's create a map generation thing, and we can steal one of these guys. Simple map. Right, and all this does, right? Oops, didn't want to do any of that. Yeah, this just comes up with random. Oh, that's right. We need to insert a random number generator into the as a resource. All right. So how do we do resources again? We say GS ECS insert, and then we create the resource that way. And we had this here. Oh. So the way they did it as it was as a static. Okay. RLTK prelude looks like it pulls in random number generator on its own, right? Yeah. Okay. So we can do down here, we've created the world, and now we can say we've registered the components. We say GS ECS insert, New? Is that all I had to do? Yeah. Does that work? Yes. So that builds. And now I can just have it displaying random numbers each tick. Let's do that just to try it out. Game has begun, and then we can say self center at row CTX 14, 15. I don't know why I typed 15. And then we'll just give it a random number. And because this is a display, we can just say, oh, let's grab the random number generator. Let RNG equals self ECS. Oh, how do we get things out of the? We have to tell it what type we want. Is it get? Or is it read mute or something like that? Get mute? I've forgotten all of this stuff. And then you just say RNG dot something. Let's see what did this work? Yeah, it's an option random number generator. Okay, and we can just say unwrap or 1. No, that won't work because those are different types then. Let's just say unwrap for now. And then what can we do with it? Can I K that? I can't. Okay. There's commands, and I don't have an expander thing here, but we can take a look at the impl for this. New seeded rand. So I can just say rand returns a random value of whatever type you specify. And that just calls random gen. Oh, here's range. Returns a random value in the specified range of a type specified at the call site. This is inclusive of the first parameter and exclusive of the second. So range 1 to 6 will give you the numbers 1 to 5. Okay. So I can just say range 0 to 100. Actually, let's make it 10. That way it's 2 digits. All right, so let's see if this gives us random numbers. Oh, it didn't like it. Mutable bar occurs here. Mutable bar occurs here. Immutable bar. Oh, okay. So I have to generate the number first. R is equal to this. Range 10 to 100. And that way we can just say R. Right. And now over here, we press enter to start. Oh, that's fast. I wonder what the FPS rate is. There's an option on that to display the FPS. We were able to do that for it's in game state, right? Yeah. There it is. CTX.fps. Okay, so we can display that. CTX.fps. Self. CTX print. Oh no, it's just CTX. CTX print. 00. Format bang. CTX dot. I didn't do format. Oops. I did. Okay, I did put it in a format thing. CTX dot FPS. So that'll put it at the top left. 60. Okay, 60 FPS. We don't need it that fast. And I remember seeing a limiter here. So let's take a look at this. FPS with FPS cap, and it's an F32. Okay. The only reason I want to do this is performance reasons. My poor little laptop is struggling right now, and I think this might help. Nope. It's still saying it's doing 60 FPS even though I changed. Oh, no. The warnings are not related to that. So the FPS cap doesn't work? Alright, well, we tried. I wonder if it would work outside. Let's try that. Cargo run. Oh, yeah, it has to build specs. Okay. Oh, right, I'm doing it the wrong thing. I don't know why Control P wasn't working. I didn't want to build debug. I wanted to build release. Almost there? There we go. Okay, so now if I hit enter. Yeah, okay, so this has got 10. I wonder why we can't limit this to 10. That's odd. Yeah, okay, well, it is what it is. Nothing there, okay. So we're able to get random numbers and display them. What I want to do now is, right, I was going to look at maps. That's what I was looking at first, and that's why we got distracted with the random number generators, because we need to create a random map.